Welcome back. We got John P., or Pelletier, as I like to call him. Good friend and buddy of mine that I've grown to really, truly, deeply love and allow to speak into my life. I don't think it's actually Pelletier, though. What?
It's close enough.
Close enough?
Pelletier.
That's how Siri says it.
John P., you know?
Siri says it, so Siri pronounces it right.
Siri's got it. That's one of the few.
Wow, Siri butchers my name.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She calls you Jabutson on my phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, man, thank you for sitting down.
Yeah, of course.
Just, I want to hear a little bit about your journey.
Okay.
What it was like, how you landed with us, and then what your time with us was like. I don't know how long you were with us. 2.5 years.
Yeah,
almost 3.
Just shy of 3, like 2 years, 8 months.
Just shy of 3.
Yeah.
And
August of 23.
And you served as a house lead for
Most of that. Yeah.
2?
Almost 2, like a year. I was here 8 months when I got it. So yeah, right at 2 years.
8 months.
Yeah, I was here 8 months.
I don't think I started liking you before 8 months.
Yeah, you did. No, I remember my first interaction at Vision Warriors ever was meeting you, and I was like, dude, this guy's a dick, dude. We ain't gonna make it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm John. Hello, I'm John, an alcoholic. Yeah, dude, it was a wild ride, right? It was, I was 29 years old. I'd kind of hit the end of the road. Right?
29. I wish I'd have hit the end of the road at 29.
You probably did. You just kept going.
No, you're right. Yeah. I think at 29 I started recognizing that I got real problems.
Yeah.
But I leaned into the throttle and
Heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was fortunate enough, blessed enough that my life turned to absolute shambles. Right before my 30th birthday. It was an arrest, followed by a suicide attempt 2 weeks later, followed by a trip to the hospital, followed by what I can explain now as an experience with God in a hospital that forever changed the trajectory of my life, right? My plan going in was, let's get this out of our system, we'll go to detox, they'll med me up, I'll get out, go back to the hotel, get back to work, and we'll be fine, right? Thank God it didn't work out that way. I went through a detox, and I remember for the first time in my life going through PHP, IOP through the detox extension. I felt heard and I felt understood, right? Because I was like, I'm insane, I'm crazy, nobody gets it.
Well, let's back up for a second. Tell me about the experience.
Oh, in alcoholism?
No, the experience with God in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was wild. I was detoxing. I was on a handle of alcohol a day, a handle of liquor a day for the last 8 months. So the first day was crazy. First day was like fishbowl experience, out of body. The first real cognitive thought I had in the hospital was when I woke up and my whole body was warm, right? Like this just warming sensation came over me, and I saw a bright light, and my dad's smile was in the middle of it. And I was very atheist at the time, right? So I could have told you that I was hallucinating. It was the detox, it was coming down, it was the DTs. I could have told you a myriad of things, but the big book talks about the psychic change after the spiritual experience, and I believe that was where my psychic change took place. I woke up and I saw the smile, and I never understood it, and it stuck with me forever, right? And so ever since then, I was like, the nurses were coming in, and I'm a charismatic guy, dude, I'm fun, right? So I was the 1013 from heaven for them, right? Like I wasn't like wrapping stuff around my neck all the time, right? They were just hanging out, and I just slowly felt it chip away, right? I slowly felt it chip away, and by the time I'd left the hospital, one of the nurses came up to me, and I was scared, right? And it was one of the first times I was ever honest with anybody about that, and I told her, I was like, I'm scared, you know? I don't know what to do. And she said, find the winners. Then they loaded me up on a Gertie and took me out of there. And solid, right? And so I went through a 4-day detox, which was awful, out of the hospital. I would not recommend that to anybody listening. It was one of the worst things ever. You know, those 4 days, I was tripping. I was, you know, shadow people. I thought I was losing my mind. You know, I wasn't on those IVs anymore. I wasn't, you know, kind of life got real. And then had one therapy session and broke down, right? And just broke down and cried. And I just said, I just want to get better, you know? And so he gave me a list of sober livings, and funny enough, Vision Warriors was on that list. And I looked it up, and I thought, I saw the homepage, and I saw Kirk Driscoll, and I was like, he kind of looks like a douche. So I went somewhere else. And so I ended up over at, genuinely at We Are Living Proof, because it was co-ed. Because that's the kind of guy I am, right? I'm gonna get sober with some ladies, dude.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
You know,
The best way to get
solid
sober with some ladies.
Solid thinking, you know. And so I went there, and you know, it was like a shuttle bus situation, right? And it's like they put you in a job, and they ship you back and forth and make you go to meetings. And I'm not sure I really wanted to do any of that, you know. And while I was there, I had a quick little relapse, which quickly showed me my lack of control and power over alcohol, right? Just point blank, period. And then I lost it again. I cried and I cried. And then I ended up at Triscapes, right, which is a partner of ours. Just God put me there, right? It was a crazy series of situations where God just placed me, and got placed at Triscapes and ran into Jordan Housel, who's an alumni, and he said, you know, when you're ready, come on. And I was at We Are Living Proof for about 60 days, and I was like, I'm gonna stick it through, right? I committed to this, you know? About 60 days in, you know, I had $25 after they took the rest of my money, and I was like, I'm ready to go, right? And I called up, and I called for weeks and weeks and weeks, about 4 weeks to get in. And so I came in, absolutely cooked, fried.
For sure.
Yeah, fried. Scared of my own shadow, feeling sorry for myself. No solution, no answer, no idea what I was doing. And I remember walking in here for the first time into this sanctuary and seeing just a group of people laughing and smiling and having fun. And I immediately got a bout of just overwhelming anxiety and hope at the same time, right? And so somewhere along the way, I think I kicked my feet for about 2 weeks. Didn't make my bed the first night. You got my neck for that, which was great, because that's what I needed, right? Like, I needed the accountability. I didn't need anybody to walk me through. You know, I needed the room to find my own way, but I needed people beside me that weren't gonna tolerate my crap, right? And let me just enable me to live the way that I'd been living. You know, and so kicked my feet for about 2 weeks, and I remember my intake with Braden, right? And this was my first time in recovery. I've never tried this before. You know, I had no idea what I was getting into, and Braden told me, Kirk told him one time, this is as bad as it can get. And that's another one that stuck with me, right? So I'm like, find the winners. This is as bad as it can get. And so I chased it, man, right? And so for that first year, I did just about as much as you could do to earn sobriety, right? I was going to meetings like 4 or 5 a week. I had a sponsor. I was doing the step work. I was calling every day. I was building relationships with people. I was talking to you constantly, right? And then kind of finished the steps the first time, right? And went through it a second time. And this is really what I love about this place, you know, being faith-based ministry, right? Is that me as an atheist agnostic coming in was given love and tolerance and room, right, in the room. And I, growing up in church, and there's a lot of hurt, and that hurt was never here, right? It changed my life. And so, first year went through the steps and then just stopped doing anything for about 6 months. And I was like, let's pick it back up, right? And got into leadership and went through it with another sponsor and, with a focus on the spiritual side and a connection with a higher power, that I call God now today. And dude, it just, what a blessing, right? Like my best friends, like you, Backy, even Braden, people that I talk to every day that help keep me sober and push on me and challenge me and encourage me when I need to, when I don't do it for myself, right? Because accountability works both of those ways. But that's what I needed, right? And for me, it was the connection piece, and it was the understanding, it was the acceptance of who I am, others accepting me so that I could learn to accept myself. And by the grace of God, dude, I got sober, bro, and I'm still sober, right? Almost 3 years.
I think I'd qualify you a lot more than sober.
I hope so. I appreciate that, man.
I mean, sober is where it starts.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. It's the baseline.
Yeah, that's the baseline. We're in pursuit of so much more. And your pursuit has been admirable.
Yeah.
So what's life like today? You're no longer living in the ministry. You served with us, which I'm so grateful for. You served well, and you're no longer living in the ministry. You've only been gone a short time though. What, 3 months?
3 months, yeah.
3 months.
3 months.
So tell me what life is like back out in the world, and why you keep coming back around.
Well, I can vape in my room. That's pretty sick. No, dude, it's been weird, right? It's different, it's an adjustment. But I love it. I'm happy. It's been different, it's just been different, right? But life is good. It's crazy to see God work here, and it's scary to be here for almost 3 years and leave, but the last 3 months have been a testament to, first, the program, right, and running through it. Second, the work that God does through it, right? And, flip those. The work that God does through it, and then the actions that I take on the reverse side, is incredible. And my life is just drastically different. My family's being restored. I'm comfortable, I'm confident, I'm not scared today, right? Money gets a little tight sometimes, and I have peace, right? And that to me is incredible. But I come back because this is where the people I love are, right? I've got good relationships. I sponsor a couple guys. I got a pair of them, they know who they are. Sponsor a couple guys. I've got good relationships. I love Kirk. I love you. I love Backy. I love rounding out with the guys. I love seeing the new cookies come in. I love seeing new guys come in, dude. I do. You roast them a little bit, and then you come up alongside them, right? And it's cool to build those relationships and stick around. And I've always told people, because I'm pretty transparent in life, about who I am and what I've been through. And I always tell people it's that you see it 6, 8, 9 months, right? And the light cuts on. And I love seeing that light cut on, because I can only imagine what it looked like when my light cut on, because I was fried, bro.
Yeah, I thought there was no chance.
Yeah, me either, dude.
At least when you came through our door.
Yeah, me either. And so I come back because when I came in, others came back, and it gave me hope, right? And like I said in a meeting not too long ago about Todd Baird, right? And seeing his family restored, and I'd done everything in my power to destroy my relationship with my girlfriend, alienate myself from my son, and I saw Baird, right? And I was here for a month, And he's like, I've been here for 3 years, and his family wanted him back. And I was like, God, dude, you know, I could do that, right? I could do that. It's just time, right? And it's just time, man. And it's letting God work. It's letting the stuff work, right? And then in the meantime, you move your feet. And so as many people's heads as I can drill that into, I'm gonna, you know. So I love coming back. That's why I do.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm grateful for you. The ministry's grateful. Kurt's grateful. We're all grateful for you. I'm personally grateful for you just because I spend not as much time as I'd like to with you, but we talk a fair amount.
Yeah, we do.
And accountability together, and I love your walk, and it helps me stay sober. So thank you for that, and thank you for all that you've given the ministry and all that you continue to give the ministry and the guys that come through these doors. So
Love you, man.